Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us once again. My name is George Primavera. I am tonight's DM for Hero Club. We have Dylan McCullum, Jackie Emerson, Gabe Greenspan, and Hannah Fagerbaki playing PCs tonight, as per usual. This is our campaign called The King of Tides, which takes place in our Emporia universe. If you've listened to any Hero Club, our podcast proper, we basically take our D&D sessions, record them around the table live, and then cut everything down with sound effects and music, making them like short radio plays that are all improvised around the table. And we did one of our seasons, Here There Be Monsters, which took place in this universe that we're playing another campaign in. So just a couple of base reality things, just in case you've never sat with us around the table before. A couple of big things that you'll just need to know. First of all, everybody is playing anthropomorphic animal characters. So we'll go around to what everybody is playing in a second, but you will see people walking around as lions, birds,
tigers,
crocodiles, bears, oh my, etc. Yeah, all right.
And good night, everyone.
That is one big thing to lock in, because the animal slot, so to speak, will be then left empty. That will be filled by both large and small bugs and arachnids, etc. So, for example, a carriage might be being pulled by a pair of gigantic carrier beetles that are horse-sized in our world. Technology-wise, we're looking at mid-18th century, sort of peak pirate times. Think like a little bit after Pirates of the Caribbean. In sort of like technology where we're at. And then a couple of big cultural things. Magic has been made completely illegal under the monarchy and is punishable by death or worse. There is one religion allowed on the continent of Emporia, which is the Church of Sol, S-O-L. So other religions have also been outlawed. And then without further ado, let's get to who our player characters are tonight. Gabe, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'm Gabe Greenspan. I play Zygo Coiltail, a Circle of Stars Druid plus. I'll say no more because
what did I miss?
Yeah, people are gonna. So just for some color, Jackie was not here last week, so our other PCs are probably going to be a little cagey as to a couple of details about their characters. Right?
I don't like this at all.
A Circle of Stars Druid Chameleon, who you know, the rain is gone and feels like he can see clearly now.
Okay,
Dylan, Gabe.
Dylan McCullum
unfortunately died last session as well.
And he is also dead.
He's also dead.
These are 3 new characters.
Yeah. Dylan McCullum.
I'm Dylan McCullum. I play fan favorite Nesbit Bisbee. Maybe. He is an anteater ranger, swarm keeper plus.
Oh my god.
And again, I'm usually the one to say this to reiterate what George said about the bugs. I feel like I have a huge hand in making it so much worse, and I'm so sorry. I just want to say off the bat, I'm sorry. I'll take most of the blame. I'm sorry for the fact that there are bugs all over this campaign. Just, you can just blame me, but also spam those ants in chat.
Yeah,
ants and hogs.
Picture them all with Disney eyes. They all got big, fun, happy eyes.
They are so cute. Yeah, not the ants from the DreamWorks one. They're Disney ants.
No,
they're Pixar
Bugs Life ants.
Yeah, Bugs
Hannah
Life
Fagerbaki, say hi.
Hi, I'm Hannah and I play Kano, paladin, and and that's you know me. I'm a goose. Also, George, I have a D&D related question for you because I'm kind of curious about it. So, since everyone's animals, how do fae and fiends work?
Oh, you'll find out.
Okay.
Oh, what an answer.
I've been meaning to ask you and I just keep forgetting because I've been
fiends will usually just be like larger altered versions of animals, so to speak, like same way like a devil might be like a vaguely human looking thing with like a very large attribute. It could easily be
It's
like
just a dog with devil horns, Hannah.
it could be like exactly. It's like a lion with the head of a goat and like the wings of a dragon, but like it's a humanoid. Like that might be what like a devil fiend looks like,
Gotcha.
etc.
Okay.
Faye, well, I don't want to say anything, but we'll
Okay.
get it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay, cool. And then we have who was not here last week, Jackie Emerson.
Hello, I'm playing Joey, who is just a rogue, arcane trickster. She's 10 years old and has very good intentions, if not good rolls. But thanks to my new dice, maybe I'll roll more than a nat 1 tonight.
Let's hope and pray.
Let's see.
Because she's gonna need it, because we got to resolve 12 hours right now of game time.
Cool beans.
Yeah. It's gonna be a little bit nuts. Oh my god! But first, before we start, we gotta say thank you to Mojiami for the subscribe.
Welcome to the club.
What's up? Welcome to the club.
Where's the 80s music,
so
George?
much. Look at that. I didn't do it. I'm sorry.
Oh, we've got Gabe. We're fine.
Gabe is doing it. Oh yeah, so awesome. Thank you so much,
Yay.
y'all.
Welcome.
That's super dope. Welcome. And
to the club.
every time you guys do that, we'll stop everything and celebrate. That's so great. Okay, cool. Shall we get started, or do we have any questions about what happened last time?
I have so many questions, but I don't know if I should.
Not you, Jackie.
The general place of where we are, in case you haven't tuned in with us before, we are at Fort Fleet in the Clay Peaks at the site of the Comet impact. We reached the Comet last session. 3 of our PCs went to venture up towards the Comet, leaving Joey back at home, keeping an eye on the unconscious but now healed Fox child. And yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to go ahead and pick up there, y'all. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Gear it up. Okay. So the door shuts. Nesbit, Zygo, and Cano all walking outside to meet Commander Gareth, who is waiting for them kind of grimly on a beetle. Joey, you have they brought you downstairs to let you know that they're leaving. So as they're giving you tossle on the forehead, etc. Zygo notably sort of keeping his distance from you. You peek through the window, and Commander Gareth takes his big beetle off, and the 3 kind of just trudge behind him in like an early morning misty rain. And then you head back upstairs to your post, which is watching over the small fox boy, who is laying, breathing much more steadily now in sort of a big plush down comforter. And right as you're coming back in the room for your post, you see him sit up.
Hi. Hi, Brush. My name is Joey. And well, I just call you Brush. I don't actually know your name. What's your name?
He just looks around with these big scared eyes.
You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be scared. Joey runs and she sits on the edge of the bed. There were bad men. No. I'm good. I'm your friend. There were bad men and they tried to take you in a box, but we rescued you. I'm like you, I think.
He's taken a pillow from the back of the bed and put it between you and him. Make a persuasion check for me.
See what that mod is. Oh, that 20, dirty 20.
The pillow comes down and he sniffs inward a couple of times. But he doesn't say anything. He just he looks at you, not so much trusting you, but not viewing you as a threat necessarily, but his eyes are looking all around the room.
It's okay. We're just waiting. We're waiting for my friends. They went to go and find the comet, but they'll be back soon. I promise. And they can help you. Maybe I can help you. I saw the painting that you made.
His ears go down and the pillow comes back up again.
I thought it was beautiful.
And the pillow comes down. Roll a persuasion check for me.
Oh, 25.
New dice,
Just
baby.
kidding.
New dice,
27. Oh.
He sits down sort of cross-legged now, like that. Even just like that little bit of kindness has sort of calmed him and centered him a little bit. Roll a quick insight check for me.
No. I botched it.
Never mind.
We were doing
All right.
so
Never
well.
mind. Never mind is the
Same.
answer.
Third roll. We're back.
We were doing so
Okay.
well.
He looks at you, but he's just sort of nervously wringing his hands, and he only looks up at you every once in a while, but mostly just down at his paws.
Look, I know you don't trust me yet, and you don't have to, but I think I can do the same thing that you do. And so I think I'm running from the same people you are.
He seems to look at you wanting more of an explanation.
Well, sometimes I can do things that aren't natural. And that's why they were chasing me, and I think that's why they were chasing you, but I don't
The fox looks down at his hands, and he just lights up the tip of his finger, casting light on himself.
Joey goes Alasa, and then in front of her a mage hand appears.
And then he silently closes his hand, opens it, and a ghostly mage hand appears over his hand as well. He does not say anything. It just happens.
Joey moves the hand towards his and holds it out as if to shake it.
And it slowly rests in your hand. And the fox boy doesn't laugh, but he kind of exhales through his nose, and you see the corners of his mouth pick up a little bit.
Joey goes, shh, and the hand disappears.
He goes down to the wood, and he scratches into the wood with his nail an S, and then a V, and then an E, and then an N.
Is that you? I'm Joey.
And he scratches a J, and an O, and an E, and then an I, and points at it.
Joey kind of laughs and shakes her head, and she takes, what is he scratching with? Is there like
Just his nail into the wood.
She takes her nail and she attaches a little leg to the I and then extends it to make it a Y.
Yeah, okay. And he nods.
Do you have any family? Me neither.
He gets up and like dusts his feet off, and then he like thinks hard for a second, and then he gestures for you to come downstairs with him.
Okay, but we have to be careful.
He nods and nods his head, and he actually lets you lead the way. You're getting sort of like a he's younger than you, probably by a few years, and he's clearly like looking to you for protection. So he wants you to go first.
I'm gonna stealth it down the stairs just in case any of the guards or anything have come in.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
15.
Okay, Sven rolls a 22. So you both very quietly creep down the stairs, no sound made on the staircase. You guys go around the hallway, Sven peeking out ahead of you, finding nobody there, and then waving you along into the kitchen. And he starts crawling up onto the counter, getting up on a stool and opening cabinets and stuff and looking at all the food. And then he opens up a little jar, and it's like a gooey red liquid, sort of. He licks it, and then he licks it again because it's delicious, because it's clearly like some kind of strawberry preserve or something. And then he just points at it and points at everything else. Roll an insight check for me.
That's a dirty 20. I love you, Hannah.
You are welcome. It was mostly for us that I got this.
It was a very selfish gift.
Yeah.
He's clearly like, he points at that, and then he looks up around and he points at it's like a green, almost like tea powder. Looks like it might be like a matcha or something like that. And he starts getting like water, and he points at it, and you start to glean that he wants you to get anything with color in it from the cabinets.
Okay, great. Joey nods excitedly and then jumps up on the cabinet as well, and starts to open up the drawers and the cupboards and try to look for colored substances.
Okay, make an investigation check for me.
That was also a dirty 20.
Okay, Sven rolls a 9. So you get several colors that you are line up in front of you. You get red, blue, green, no problem. You get purple as well by mixing a little bit. The color that you're missing is yellow. And no matter where you guys are looking throughout the house, you guys cannot find it. And Sven is staring hard at the colors, and he looks disappointed.
Joey goes, Elucia. And out from her fingertips, it's like these particles fly out, and they start to form a small, tiny jar of yellow paint. If you touch it, it doesn't actually exist, but Joey forms it next to the other ones.
He grabs it, thinking it's there for a second, and when his hand passes through, he realizes what you've done. Then he points at it. Yes.
I don't know where to find it. We've looked everywhere.
And Sven just looks at the front door.
Look, Sven, we have to be careful here. It's dangerous. If they find you, if they find me, they don't know I'm here either. We have to be really careful. We can't leave the garden. Do you promise? Do you promise? It's a sacred swear. You shake your pinky. Okay. We have to be very careful. Follow me. Let's see how stealthy we are.
22.
18 for Sven.
Okay. Joey first peers out the window.
Okay. You peer out right as a couple of Fort Fleet guards are walking by. They've got a couple of spears up on their shoulders, but they're very relaxed, and they're just kind of strolling by. A little bit further down the way, when you look out another window, you see the Curtis Belsanthium's house through a patch of trees. There you see a couple of armed guards standing at attention, but otherwise everything appears abandoned.
Is there a backyard or a back door?
There is.
Joey's going to run over to take a look out that window.
Okay. Nobody outside that window, but roll a perception check for me.
25.
Okay.
This is great.
There
Wow.
is, when you look down at the ground, you realize that just like out of nowhere, you're like, you don't see anything in the tree line, nobody's there, and then you just see a couple of dark feathers on the ground.
Do they perchance remind me of the feathers of the bird that was watching us?
Tash,
Roll
a history check with advantage.
Well, that was a 2 and then a 3, so no.
Had to happen.
Could be, but no way to tell.
So here's the thing, Sven. I feel like out back, there's a sign that maybe we're being watched. So if we go, we have to be very careful. There were some guards out front. I'd be more nervous going that way, but...
He raises his hand and the ghostly apparition appears above it again, like a little hand. And then it just picks up a rock on the ground and then throws it. And a little...
Where did he throw it?
He's trying to imply that he can distract if you need.
Yeah, Jackie definitely got that. That was
yeah.
He's just showing off that he can throw rocks.
It wasn't very clear.
He pegs it at the guard. Roll for initiative.
Yeah. That's a delayed fireball on that rock. Everyone dies.
End of game.
The house burns to the ground.
Joey nods very solemnly at him and slowly peers through the back door.
Okay, yeah. You open the door up. And now I get to change the setting.
Could I tell how recent the tracks looked or how recent the feathers looked?
Roll a survival check for me.
12?
You're not sure.
Okay.
It is, however, a little windy. So you might imply that either this maybe isn't their original position, maybe they blew in from the woods and just kind of came to rest at the window, or it might be like very recent, or maybe the wind just didn't pick them up. It's kind of hard to tell.
Okay. So we're looking for yellow? Okay. We have to be careful, okay?
What do you want to do first? Where are you going to look? Sven is taking your lead. He just needs the yellow.
Are there any flowers?
Roll a nature check.
Damn it. That's 6.
6. Okay, you are not sure. That's a knowledge check. Now roll a survival check.
Okay. 17?
Okay, that's not going to be high enough. So you look around for a while, and no yellow flowers for anywhere near you, around you, and none that you can see in your sightline.
Are there any flowers in general, though?
There are a couple of little white lilies that are like blooming on top of like these big piles of brambles, but they're almost exclusively just white.
Joey goes over to one of the white lilies, and she picks it up, and she reaches her finger inside and grabs the little ball of pollen. And she crumbles it in between her fingers, and she holds it out to Sven.
He looks at it and crunches it between his fingers, but then he waves his other hand, and a little water just like condenses in place. And then he touches it with the pollen, and it seems to mix in the air. And he's just looking at it. And then it turns like a sickly dark green.
Okay, we'll keep looking.
And he points to Curtis Balsanthium's house.
Well, why do you think it'll be there?
He mimes.
Food.
Are there any fruit trees around?
Not around, but make a history check for me. This is a recall.
8.
8, never mind.
Okay, Joey is she's gonna...
Not yet. We have to be, it's too dangerous.
Are there any leaves on the trees
Yep, sure.
that have
Couple
any
of-
yellowish tinge?
No, mostly gray and dark green. Sven kind of sheepishly just walks back in to the house, takes your lead. Is there anything you want to do? You want to just wait it out for a little while and stay in place, or?
Can I see into the back of Curtis Balsanthium's garden?
Sure, make a stealth check for me.
19.
Okay, you just get into the brambles of the trees a little bit. You take a peek, and it looks like, while there are not any like yellow fruits or anything that stick out, there are like several large trees, and you can go ahead and make a nature check for me. 10. They're fruit trees, but there's no fruit on them. Looks like they were just harvested.
Just harvested. Which means they'll be inside. Joey scurries back down the tree. And she motions to Sven to go back inside.
Sven does. And he closes the door behind him. He first of all, he looks outside like, are you coming?
Joey goes up to him and says,
Can you tell me why you need the yellow?
He looks like he's confused about how to tell you. And he points at the paints, or like the food that he's mashed into like colored painting. And then he does this motion, and then he doesn't know how to tell you further from there.
If I get you the yellow, can you teach me to do what you do? Will you try? Okay. Okay, stay hidden. Go up to the room. Be very careful.
And you just hear of him running upstairs as fast as he can.
Joey just shakes her head at herself.
Okay.
Joey runs over back to the tree and peers back into the garden.
Make a perception check for me.
Oh, I nat 20'd.
There is a guard walking around between the trees, and you kind of trace his pattern. He's just sort of lazily walking around this little orchard.
Is there a back door?
There is. Up a couple of wooden steps.
Oh, man. Okay.
Jackie just wanted to have a nice time inside.
Wanted to hang out
with her new friend.
What you didn't see was the bucket of yellow paint just sitting in the corner.
By the way, thank you for the follow, Jess. Thank you.
Hey, what's up? Yay, thank you. Welcome.
Welcome to the club.
Okay. Joey's going to stealth.
Roll stealth check.
Nat 20'd.
Hey.
Joey, you
Wow.
can tell me what happens. Where do you go?
Okay, great. Joey waits for the guard to pass. And then she just kind of leaps over the hedge and scurries down it and then pops behind a tree. And then sort of peeks out, sees that the guard is
back, like he goes behind another tree for a second, and then he leans down and goes, huh, and he just like starts messing with something on the ground.
As he does this, Joey scurries over to underneath the window that's next to the back door. And she kind of peers through.
You see a gigantic bucket of lemons.
You slimy bastard. Okay.
You could, if you guys had rolled high enough investigation checks, all the colors would have been in the cabinets, but now we're here.
Man. Okay. So then Joey is first going to see if are there any people in the room?
None that you can see.
Okay. Is there a latch on the window that looks pickable?
You could probably jam something in there and try to unlock it. Make a thieves' tools check. Jam a little file inside and try to make the lock. Hit the latch.
That would be my... I know I'm proficient in it.
Probably sleight of hand, I believe.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good. 15.
That's exactly what you needed. Window comes up.
Joey moves back against the wall again, just to make sure the sound didn't cause any attention. She peers through again. Anybody?
Nobody that you can see.
Okay. Joey, still stealthing, is going to leap in and against the wall again.
Okay. You're inside.
How far away are the lemons?
They're just up on the countertop. You're real close.
Okay. This can't be this easy. Do I hear anything? Perception check?
Make a perception check. Go ahead. She's looking for tripwires.
Yeah, these are valuable lemons.
14?
Yeah, nobody's around. You do hear footsteps distant in the house, but nowhere, like, not coming down the hallway or anything. They maybe might be up a floor.
Okay. Joey's just gonna grab a lemon.
Okay, you got a lemon.
She's gonna grab another lemon.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And then stick them in her little pockets.
How many lemons are you grabbing?
3.
Okay.
Very quickly. And then quickly peer out the window, see if the guard is still there.
Mm-hmm. He is there, but he is really tugging on something that's in the ground.
Great.
It's like, what is this?
And Joey's gonna leap back out the window.
Okay, you do. Oh, it's a stick, says the guard. And then he goes back on his route.
And Joey's gonna attempt to draw the window down as quietly as she can. As quickly and as quietly as she can.
Make a fresh stealth check for me. Your nat 20 has expired.
25.
And you're into the woods and you're gone with the 3 lemons. You get back to the house. Sven is peeking from upstairs downstairs, and you show him the lemons, I assume?
I got the lemons.
He points, he gives like a pump to the sky, and then he runs downstairs, grabs the lemons, grabs all the paints. He misses a few, tells you to grab them, and he starts running upstairs.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And Joey chases him up the stairs.
Okay, he's already started putting paints down, and he looks at like a wall that's just bare, and he just starts thinking. And as he does, both of his hands, like little ghostly apparitions, appear above. And he leans down, he crushes after peeling like the skin off kind of clumsily, he mashes it with water. It slowly turns into a bright yellow paint, and he starts taking food on the walls, and with his mage hands, basically starts to create a landscape. It's about 3 feet tall, so it's kind of like large. She's making like kind of like a big mural. Big for you kids. For an adult, it would look like, less than a waist-high painting. But he's just going about his work. It's starting to look more and more real. Make a history check for me. Like he's doing a good job. The realism's starting to click.
22.
22. Okay, you make out green banks next to ocean. But then it becomes clear that that is not an ocean. Rather, it's like a smaller body of water and then a giant red mountain behind it. But he's only got like the left side of it done. He's not finished yet, but it's starting to look like what it is. And then after like a while, you realize that you've been watching him for several hours. And he's really meticulous, but he's not quite done yet. It's starting to look more like a mountain range backing a lake. And then you hear from downstairs.
Stay here. Don't make any noise, okay?
He freezes.
Shh.
Joey peers out the door and shuts it behind her.
Okay.
Is there any like peephole or anything for me to see who's out front?
There's a window in the living room that you could, like the entry room, where you can peek out.
Can Joey go as stealthily as possible, peek out of that?
Yeah. You don't even need to be that stealthy. There are just 3 people there. It's 2 guards from the Fort Fleet and Curtis Belsantium, the mole, who has his head hung low and is wearing sunglasses in the sort of like brightish overcast day. But he's looking at the ground hard.
Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, 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 no.
Boom, 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 boom. Kid, are you in there?
Yes?
Can we talk for a second?
Okay.
Joey goes and opens up the door.
I'm not feeling very well today.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to keep you up. You should be getting your rest. But, why don't you sit down?
Okay.
Joey goes and sits.
He tells the guards to wait outside. They do. He closes the door tentatively behind him, and then just goes to sit like kind of at the corner of the table with you, using his cane to help him down. And he looks into the distance and has a hard time meeting your eye. And he says, "It's not easy to tell someone something like this, so I'll just come right out and say it. Your friends have been at the meteor site for several hours, and it's safe to assume that they have perished."
How do you... No. Why do you think that?
Well, as several of the grieving families here will tell you, several days ago we sent in a relatively large-sized team of miners to investigate the crater, and none of them returned. And your friends, having volunteered, were given ample warning of such a hazardous environment and went anyway, and we've been waiting at the perimeter for some time, and I haven't seen head nor tail of them.
But they could still be in there. They're still in there, I promise.
They could be. If they had the tools with which to survive there. He moves his chair closer to you and speaks lower now. I need you to be honest with me. Are you a band of magicians or aren't you?
No. Magic, that's scary. No, not at all. I've never even seen it before.
Make a deception check.
I nat 20'd.
He looks down at the ground and says, "Then I'm sorry, but there's just no way. We'll arrange for a carriage to take you anywhere you like. It'll leave in 5 to 6 hours. I can't have a child
no,
staying
please
here.
give me more time. Please.
I'm sorry, I can't.
That's not... What can I do? I'll do anything. Just give me one more day. Just give me one more day. Just in case. I can't let that be true.
You're not A magician, you have no tie to any of that.
No.
All right, then, one more day.
Thank you. They're strong. I promised you they're strong.
He leaves. And you hear him telling, says, she won't leave for the day. She assured me nothing to worry about, so tell them they can come around here whenever they like and do their check. And he walks out, the guards trailing him.
No. Check.
As soon as they're gone, Joey runs back upstairs.
Okay. Sven is almost done with like half of his painting, but hasn't quite gotten to like the sky yet. And he looks at you sort of like confused, like, who is it?
I don't know, but I think we have to go soon. They're gonna come back. They think that we can do magic. What? It's beautiful. We can leave through the painting. But how? How do you? But what about my friends? What about Kano?
Like you get a who's Kano look.
She takes care of me.
You pick very clearly, like you choose.
Just keep going for now, I guess, but hurry.
And he goes back about his work. A few more hours pass, and he's getting very close to being done. He makes another little like crest with his finger in the corner to smudge the corner of the sun. And then all of a sudden it looks like a Van Gogh painting of roll a history check.
6.
You're not sure. It just looks like a really beautiful mountainside town.
If we go through, can they follow us?
He shakes his head.
Are you gonna go?
He thinks for a second. And then he says,
If we go, can we come back?
and he points at the paints.
If you have the paints. Can we bring the paints? Oh. Do we have to go now?
He looks up at the painting, and it's starting to kind of like slough down the thing because it is made of food. And he kind of like waffles. He's not sure.
Where is this place? Can you write it?
He doesn't really know how to spell it. And it's a long name, but he writes out a B and an O and a V and an I and an N and a T and an O and then an N and then another N.
Bovington?
And he points, yes.
Where is that? It's your home? Do you want to go home? But you have no family. But this is my family.
And he looks at the painting, and he has a moment where he's not sure. And then he looks past you, outside the window, and a little like light bathes his face. And floating outside the window is just a swirling orb of light.
What is that?
And then that orb separates into 3 swirling little orbs. And they just kind of swirl around each other. The window is still closed, though.
Joey goes over and opens the window.
Okay. So that comes open. 1 second. So the wind is quite cold. And the sun is starting to set now. And these little balls are just like sort of floating all around you. 1 second, so sorry. And they sound like this.
Do you know what these are?
And his like mouth is only a little open, but it's just like staring at it.
Joey reaches her hand out. Joey goes, Havasana, and conjures a mage hand. And then reaches it out to touch one of the balls.
And the 3 orbs of light start to circle the mage hand almost playfully.
Hello?
All 3 lights then stop. They all drop back down onto the ground and then move about 20 feet away. And then they rise up, slowly forming very vaguely a vague canine shape made out of light. It stands about 5 feet tall.
Joey immediately stands in front of Sven.
The light figure seems to sort of like bend down. And then it reaches a hand out and says like, it's like a gesture of like, please come with me. And then the lights retreat, separating, and come back and form the figure again 50 feet back into the woods.
Who are you? Who are you? Mom? I'll be right back. Stay here, okay? Stay hidden.
Joey runs down. And then she runs back up.
I don't know what this is, but do you want to come with me?
Sven is a little taken aback, but nods, even though he looks kind of scared. And then he just looks at the painting, and it starts starting to kind of drop off, and he just looks at it and he mashes it up, and he wrecks it, and he shakes his paw loose, and then he nods, and he comes with you, and he's still just kind of brushing food off onto his dirty clothes already.
I'm sorry about your painting. It was beautiful. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
And he looks down, aw shucks in a little bit.
Okay. We're gonna be careful.
And you guys climb out of the window, I take it.
Mm-hmm.
And you see this thing 50 feet back, like further in the woods.
Stealth. 20, dirty 20.
Sven rolls a 14. Okay. All right. Make a perception check for me.
19.
19. You guys start to creep through like this brush that this thing is gesturing for you to lead into. Whenever you get within about 20 feet of it, it backs up and moves like a little further and continues to gesture to you like in a friendly way, come.
Where are we going?
It never answers you. It just continues to move back further through the brush. However, at one point, suddenly the lights are right in front of you, like appear in front of you, and they tell you to wait. And you see a carriage filled with Fort Fleet soldiers kind of roll by you from an alleyway. And then they appear back, this time in like sort of a grove. And you realize that it's actually led you downhill to the point where you are outside of the Fort Fleet. You've like found a little like broken part of the fence and it gestures for you to come under. Sven looks at you to go first.
This is a weird thing, but can I roll for like feeling?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Feeling check.
I've done that a long time ago.
21. You can make any kind of check you want to make.
Insight check.
Okay, insight check.
Vibe check.
Vibe check. It's creepy.
Oh, it's creepy.
I mean, it's like, but it's not threatening, and it's like it's ghostly. It's hard to glean the vibe on like it is light. Do you want to make an Arcana check for me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's nothing. That's bad. That's a 5.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Joey goes first.
Okay, you guys crawl into the fence. And then soon you are in like a small grove of trees. After you move a little further with these lights, Sven walks behind you. Now Sven's kind of freaked out because he can't see much around him. The trees are sort of oppressive and thick, and you feel like on the back, you feel 2 little fox paws grab your clothing in the back as he holds onto you and sticks really tight. And then you come out in a little clearing where the light figure drops down into 3 little balls again, breaks up into pieces. And they rest on the ground just a little ways ahead of you, and they sort of like bob up and down.
Who are you?
No answer, no response.
How do you know my name?
Still no answer, still no response.
Joey takes a step closer.
They seem to pulse a little faster in like a happy sort of way. Boom, 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 like in different orders. Sven starts to kind of walk towards them at your side now.
Joey grabs Sven's hand and says to him,
"Just stay."
He does.
Joey casts Mage Hand again and sends it towards the balls.
Okay. And as soon as the Mage Hand reaches the balls of light, they fade. Well done. I just realized I need to narrate this a little bit. There's a shaking in the brush behind you as several soldiers step out, all clad in scale mail with the monarchy symbol emblazoned on their chest. And then stepping out from the sort of the center of the brush is this enormous hog, clad in deep purple plate mail with a cape on his back. Make a history check, Jackie.
That's a dirty 20.
You recognize him.
Mm-mm.
It's who you think it is all I'm gonna say.
Joey just immediately starts shaking.
A truly unparalleled illusion, too. You've outdone yourself.
And he steps forward, pointing to all of his surrounding soldiers who are all wearing helms that prevent you from seeing their face, but they all pull out swords and brandish them sort of individually. It looks like this is sort of like more of a ragtag band than it is like disciplined soldiers. And the hog looks down at you.
You can either come quietly, or we can do this the same way we did it last time.
No. Joey steps in front of Sven.
Then there's he sort of whistles, and from the trees, a small figure sort of lands next to him, wearing a laughing monkey mask. That's sort of made of completely of gold and a dark hood, and they're sort of hunched over, and they come to his side, and the beams of light that were once there sort of just like retract. They peer again, and they retract back into this hunched figure's like gnarled hand. Grabs the light, it disappears, and it returns. And the Captain Boris Niles once again says to you,
I'll need an answer.
I'm not going anywhere with you, you killer!
Very well. 2, if you please.
and the gnarled figure suddenly just shoots a hand down, and out of a crackling purple energy, a blade starts to form in their hand. And it hardens into like this crackling energy as they cast a spell. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's clearly magical. It's clearly a dark, crazy power. And they start to slowly approach you, twisting the blade in their hand a couple of times.
Okay.
Sven is shaking. His knees are knocking.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. You want magic? Fine.
And Joey's going to cast grease on the floor.
Okay. Roll initiative.
I love.
I botched my initiative roll. So
Oh, good.
That's really. This is going great for me, folks.
Okay.
I'm so stressed right now.
Oh my.
Fuck.
I don't know how you feel.
Chat is
This
in
is
So-
close to like
Chat
when we
is in
come back at all.
full revolt against you.
Okay, so this is a they are going to go first. So the hunched figure approaches. Oh my gosh, sorry, I have this in like it's crunched in to be smaller, and of course now I can't see it the way I normally would. Okay, cool.
It's okay, they're not powerful at all and they're fine. And Joey was good.
And
Foot soldiers,
everything-
foot soldiers.
Yeah.
They are worms.
Okay. Sorry, 1 second. Okay,
George,
so
not on roll
this
20?
is their not on roll 20.
Okay.
No, not for this. The blade lights up, and then it comes just like quick as a flash. They dart towards you, and it comes down diagonally at you. This is going to be an attack.
Did my grease spell not cast?
Not yet. No, they were
Okay.
very much ready for you to make a move. This is luckily probably going to miss you though. This attack. So this is going to be. Yeah, that's going to miss. It whips through the air down at you, but nothing is able to hit you. You just like dodge backward one time. Now it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to have cast the grease spell just 60 feet in front of me.
Okay, what's the check everybody needs to make?
Dex save 14.
Oh man, that's gonna be okay. So
it's a 10-foot square.
Oh, it's a 10-foot.
You can
but
cast
it's
it up to
range.
60 feet.
okay,
away.
but it's okay because they're all roughly within that space of you. So this is gonna work out great. But you are going to have to be on the grease spell for that to like really work because they're completely surrounding you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and make that dex save for me as well. What's your DC?
My DC is it's 14.
Okay, 14. Oh my gosh. Okay, so immediately Captain Boris Niles takes one step forward in his big heavy plate armor and just whoom, boom, slams down into the ground. All of the other soldiers, one of them goes down, two of them go down, three of them go down, one of them stays up, four of them go down, and that's all of them. They're 5. So only one of the soldiers remains standing.
Good.
One of the foot soldiers, and then the hooded figure remains standing as well.
Okay.
Okay, what else do you do?
And then, so I have a question. I had to make a dex save too, right?
Yes, you do.
Do I get to make it with advantage because I knew the spell was coming and I could prepare myself?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Look at
generous
that.
DM.
Look at that. That's very nice because first I rolled a 2. So now I saved.
Okay, got it. So the grease comes into existence over the grass. Sven will also try to save, which he will. He will toss for a second, but then he'll grab the back of your coat and you'll be okay. Now what do you do? Do anything else? Or you booking it?
Booking it. Just grabbing Sven's hand and running as fast as I can.
Okay, you immediately take off, disappearing into the woods. You hear behind you.
After her!
And then sprinting through the woods behind you, you hear like a brush getting put aside. You take one look back and you see the hunched figure like Naruto running at you, like full, like head down, just like full tilt, sprinting through brush. Every time a big stick comes in front, the shadowy blade whips it and wallops it off, landing onto the ground to get rid of the obstacle, and immediately catches up to you. The blade comes down hard, kind of like as a vine is grabbed and the creature swings in front of you. Let's see what this is gonna be. 17 to hit. Okay, the blade comes down and you will take, pardon me, where is this bad boy? Okay, that's gonna be, oh, one more, sorry. Of course, this thing is a little finicky. That is going to be 11 damage.
Joey's gonna uncanny dodge that.
Okay, got it. Next, I need you to make...
Is that 6 or 5? 5.
That is... Oh, yeah, that would be 5 damage. Yeah, we round down. Next, I need you to make, as the lights kind of like lunge in front of you, they come from behind you and start swirling in a little pattern. Please make a wisdom save.
Oh, no. It's not gonna make it. 11.
That is a failure. Okay. So all of a sudden, you stop in your tracks. You just feel your legs lock up and you start looking at the lights as hypnotic pattern is cast on you. Sven, also next to you, appears to have gone sort of like slack-eyed as you sort of like curiously but in a fog look past Sven, and you see just in front of you, coming from above you as your head is still kind of frozen in place looking at the lights, just the golden monkey face drops down and stares at you. You can't see past the eyes, it's just darkness. And then a hand comes up and everything goes dark. Meanwhile, the 3 PCs who were otherwise occupied come walking out of the meteor to see a dark feathered friend, foe, who knows, Tash, appears to have tracked you all the way here and is waiting for you outside of the comet's crater.
Dark feathered bird.
You beat me here. I suppose I'll have to come with you then.
What?
Do you have it?
Have what? What do you want?
You must know what I'm talking about. We're not breathing the air the same way anymore.
At the sound of the conversation, Zygo's taken off the blindfold. He's not going to be blind for this situation.
Okay, yeah, your dark galaxy eyes swirl in the darkness, and Tash sees, and he sort of laughs to himself. Huh. Yes, you have it. Can I see it? Please?
Why do we owe you anything? What have you done for us?
You owe me nothing. I ask for a kindness.
Can I make an insight check?
You may.
Yeah, same.
I will. 15?
15. He is like almost salivating. Please, can I just gaze upon it?
I've got a question for you first, if you don't mind.
He holds his large wingspan open like, please ask me anything.
I've actually got 3 questions. Don't know why I said one. There's a lot of them. But first, why are you covered in that powder that was the same as the moths?
He thinks for a second. And then he really is wrestling with himself to tell you something. Make a persuasion check for me. Are you trying to intimidate him, persuade him to answer you? What would you like to go?
Which one's better? Persuasion, yeah.
Okay, persuasion?
Yeah. Oh, come on. 12.
12. You're not sure. He's not sure he wants to tell you. He says, clearly guarding something, it is related to what you hold, which I ask again. Can I just see it?
Question number 2, why have you been following us for days on end?
Well, I only followed you for a time. And can you blame me with so little to do out here?
Yes.
He looks down at you sort of like, cutting me off while I'm, pontificating. He says, I suppose I sensed your power when we first met. And then, of course, what you did to the Slayer of the Clay Peaks.
Which you didn't tell us about. Also, that's question number 3.
Not to mention what he did to us.
I told you. Of course I did. I warned you of a beast that roamed the hills. What else would you call such a creature? Twice the size of any man? I warned you.
If you saw what we did to him, then surely you saw what he did to us. You were not
I
quite
did.
willing to help in that moment, I would assume.
I do not help. I simply watch. But now that it has hit the surface, now I can help.
No, that is not how any of this works. You know what we talked with then? Have you talked with this entity?
And he looks at Nesbit and appreciates the candor, and he says, "Not this one. Another."
Prove it.
And he just waves his hand in front of his face and releases an illusion spell that was masking his tattoo. And it appears across his cheek.
Is it the same tattoo or is it different?
It's a different pattern, but it's the same color.
I do not presume to know anything about what or who we met. It seems you know more. Did you have one of these objects?
He grits his teeth at that point, grits his beak, and just, I did.
You failed.
Yes.
You were trusted and you failed.
He sort of like angrily says under his breath, "It wasn't my fault."
Well, there's no one else around here that I care to know or can possibly know that can shirk the blame. You were trusted with it. Were you the one who was given it?
No.
All right.
What happened to the one who was?
And he looks right into your eyes and just says, "He tried to eat it."
His own free will?
And he just sort of angrily looks at the ground, kicks it, "Didn't take it seriously. Thought it was an egg to be eaten with breakfast." Well, he was sorely mistaken. And he paid for it with his life. It came from him. Came from within him. And
But it
died.
could not survive.
Correct. And so I failed.
I want to make one thing clear. I do not like to be stalked. It is not a way to build trust with anyone, but least of all with me. I do not know the importance, or if I even am happy about what has occurred here, but I do know this. I was given this item, and I will not show it to you until you prove your worth to us.
Make a persuasion check.
You can do it.
It's a good roll. Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
19 minus 2 is 17.
And he just says, "Fine. Well, may I suggest that we start with..." And then from behind Tash, you hear Comet clattering up the pathway, yelling to you all, "Hello, everyone!" Yep. Curtis Belsanthium is making his way up, flanked by 8 Fort Fleet soldiers on his back, and runs to all of you. "You're all alive. Unbelievable. I'm much closer than I've ever been, and it's fine. It's fine. You did it. You figured out how to get in. Who is this? Who is this?"
This oddly seems the time. You seem to be here with some sort of import.
Yes, your young coyote is gone.
What?
Cut to all of you sprinting down into the thing, I think, probably, right?
Yeah, I think.
Boom.
Yeah, I think if he asks like, "Hey, is it cool if people just go in?" It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever.
Run and talk.
Yeah, it's fine.
So as you guys are booking it down the thing, you're all just like clattering down the it's very, very dark outside. The moon is illuminating quite a lot of the hillside, but again, you're not getting much. And Curtis is kind of slowing you down a little bit frustratingly because of his cane. So you're all kind of walking fast to sort of like keep him as he informs you. And he says, "I went to tell her that I don't mean to have less faith in you than I should have, but I told her you were dead because it was quite literally the only explanation I could come up with for such a prolonged absence. no water down there or anything. I didn't see you take anything. So what else was I to think? And then she seemed to take it rather hard and was distracted. And next thing I knew, when we went to check on her, she was gone. The window was open in the top floor, and food was all over the walls.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. Zygo will have, assuming that he can be faster on Kano's back as a blind man than he can just walking by himself, he'll have just hopped onto Kano's back shoulder.
That's 100% fine and okay with me. Ride. In fact, I might have grabbed you and just slung you on the...
Yeah, just...
yeah.
And then,
Kenna, has she ever done anything with food before?
Joey? No, besides nick it and eat it, no. She wouldn't waste it on a what? And Kenna's gonna stop talking?
Mm-hmm.
Are they at the house?
You're coming down the hill and you see the house in front of you about 100 feet away.
And in Zygo and Nesbit's head, she's gonna say, the fox.
What about the fox? All in the head.
He did the mural.
All in the head.
Yeah.
He did the mural.
So what? What does that mean?
What if he was using the food to
make another one?
Right.
That means...
Well, are you going to go inside or...
Oh, we're here.
Stand here.
And Kano is gonna barge right in.
Okay, boom, you get inside. All the cabinets are open and disheveled. There's food all over the floor. Leading upstairs, you quickly bust in there. The window is wide open. Blustery wind is pushing the curtains, flapping them against the wall. You see smushed, mashed food all over the walls. It doesn't look like it's a painting or anything. It just looks like it's been smashed and dried, and it's everywhere. However, you do see...
But we can see, like...
The paints lined up is what kind of clues you in that, like, yeah, and also the fact that the fox boy is also gone. Very quickly becomes apparent.
Can I make
Curtis is behind you and looks at the painting, very confused. That's where his attention is. Go ahead, Dylan.
Can I just make a perception check around the room to see if it was like, forced entry, struggle, anything in this room?
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigation? Okay, either way.
Yeah.
No, that's like a 12.
No
signs of struggle. That's all I can tell you.
Okay.
Kano would like to look around because she can tell that the paint's out and like it was used to make the wall painting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna check the floor or anything or the walls for like any excess food paint.
Make a survival check.
Okay.
George, is it just us in the house at this point?
No, the whole Curtis Belsantium is with you. There are a couple of soldiers on the stairs outside the room, and a couple outside as well. 13. You find a little bit, and it leads out the window, but that's all you find.
Okay, Kano's gonna stick her neck out and she's gonna go out the window. Kano's gonna go out the window and see if there's anything.
Okay.
In your
she's
head.
Gonna...
Oh, sorry. Oh. Just in your head before that, you hear Nesbit just say to both of you, it's clear that they don't know about the fox. She did good. She hit him.
Keep me abreast of what is happening. I feel it is too risky for me to show my eyes at this moment.
Yeah, we'll just keep relaying. Definitely. We'll just keep relaying what we're seeing in our heads to
just keep
Zygo.
putting it into my head. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
I think they went out the window. I'm gonna go take a look. Nesbit, what would you do for trekking? The perimeter? Should we?
Yeah,
clearly, she's not here.
Yeah,
I have an idea, but I would need to be alone.
Nesbit will go outside as well now that it's clear that something went outside and to start looking for tracks.
Go ahead and make a survival check for me.
Survival? That's a 17.
Okay, you immediately, on the tips of some grass, find a little bit of jelly that is stuck to the tips of them about 20 feet into the bramble. And you start to pick up sort of a directional trail. You start to see a little bit of where the brush has been pushed aside by something small. And you find a little bit of a trail moving out into the brush. Curtis Belsanthium, with his guards, says, "We'll have everyone look. Not sure if anything would be in the perimeter. We're rather well kept in terms of guard, but perhaps check outside."
Yes, could you please do that? They'd be very appreciative.
We'll take care of the interior.
Okay, perfect. And Kano's gonna drag Zygo out of where they are, and she's going to push him in a room, like a different room that no one's in.
Did he say that they'll stay inside and we're checking the outside?
They're gonna check the interior of Fort Fleet, and they check the outside of Fort Fleet, because like if they're inside of Fort Fleet, they would have found them already.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay.
You would have heard from Nesbitt, because it's like a 30-foot range, I think, for the telepathy.
It is.
You would have heard Nesbitt say, like, "I found a trail."
Go. Can I take me to him?
Okay.
Kano throws Zygo on her back and waddles out as with a not spring in her step, but she's booking it to Nesbitt.
Nesbitt, make another survival check with advantage, considering everyone is helping you.
Oh yeah, that's a 24.
Yeah, down into some more bramble. You guys start moving towards the exterior of the town. On the edge of the dirt road, you find 2 footprints that look about the size of children. And you continue on the path, realizing that you're definitely on the right track. And it's not long before you reach the inner side of the outer fence. Go ahead and make another survival check for me.
I'm gonna take the blindfold off at this point. I feel like I'm...
Yeah, you guys are pretty safe. Nobody around you.
With advantage again, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's another 24.
Okay. This time you find the little place underneath the fence where they clearly jammed themselves underneath and kept moving. Now you can start to see their tracks much more clearly, because it's not been like paved or like brushed aside and made into a nice interior for the fort. So they're much more conventionally trackable. Make another survival check for me with advantage.
19.
Okay, deeper into the woods this time, you start to see that you guys are coming up against like a rock cliff face, like another pretty sheer wall, and then the trail ends. But on the ground, the grass is somewhat slippery. Make another survival check, Nesbitt. Advantage.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And from this new grease that you find on the ground, you find another trail. But this one is much larger. And because of your high survival check, you glean that you've about 7 or 8, maybe 9 separate individuals who move to another location, sort of at the edge of a pond, where their impressions become clear that there used to be a carriage there. And you follow the carriage treads out of the swampy, sort of nestled between 2 clay peaks area that you guys are in. You move slightly around the side of the mountain. It takes you several hours. We're talking like 3 a.m. now, pitch black. And make one more survival check.
Guidance.
What does guidance give?
A D4 to check. Grandfather guide his hand.
I mean, I'm using it, but we're good.
Yeah, but use it though.
Yeah. 26.
There you go.
And then moving
Thanks,
through the
Grandpa.
brush at the edge of the tree line, you guys realize you're sort of on an elevation, and you look across the horizon, see nothing, and then you look a little ways down a clay slope, and there is an enormous fortified fort that appears to be made walls of stone with sentries on every corner, just sort of sitting in torchlight as the wind whips by. Dylan, if you are on the roll 20, you may go ahead and take us over. And players, This is what we're seeing.
Can we look?
You sure can. You guys should be there now.
Oh well. So does it look like this thing was thrown up overnight, or this has like been here?
It looks like it's impossible that it could have been thrown up overnight.
So it's like it's well established. It's not like a passing.
It certainly appears that way.
Okay.
And with that, we are going to take a short break. Okay, we will be back in 5 to 8 minutes, somewhere in that range, and we will try to find Joey and Sven. Where'd they go? Oh no!
Oh my God. They're at art class.
They're at art class. Nothing's wrong. Everything is fine.
It's summer camp, and this is all an illusion.
All right. So stick around, light up that chat while we're gone, y'all. And we love you so much. Thanks for watching so much. We'll be back in a little bit. Bye.
Bye.
Hello. What's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging in there. We're back. Let's get into this absolute hell nightmare that we're in.
Yeah.
Before we do, we were just catching up with the chat. It's the funniest and best chat I've ever read. I'm sorry that I emotionally am destroying all of you by tormenting children.
This is George's therapy.
I am genuinely sorry. But thanks for checking out Hero Club, the podcast. That's like our pride and joy. So we're very proud of that. And that's like so dope that you guys are listening to it. And thank you. Yeah.
Shout out to Lemon Peels.
I will pay all of your therapy bills, I promise.
Don't commit to that. That is
that's a lot.
Can't pay for my own. Let's do a little bit of figuring out how we're going to approach this problem in front of us. We got the fort laying down in the valley below. You guys are definitely going to have to there's no jumping in over the wall from being up on a high angle. You guys are going to have to approach low and then figure out a plan. But since that is the case, let's kick some scary
Did Tash
surveying music
with us? Is he here?
Tash is with you. He actually descends from flying slightly above you all.
But before we get to that, F.Y. Lewis, welcome to the club. Just subscribed.
Hey! Yeah. Chaos ensues. What's up? Thank you for subscribing. That's so awesome. Cool, y'all. This is such a good night. Appreciate it. We feel that love. Dope. Well, in that case, the next guard that gets killed is named Lewis. All right.
The one that lives is F9.
Yeah, I was wondering if Tash was with us too. Okay, good.
Tash is with you, yes.
Okay.
He folds his wings a little bit and looks down into the fort, this sort of exterior, smaller fort. Very well fortified. Why are we here again? We have what we came for, do we not?
No. We're missing one.
Actually, potentially. Zygo will stop talking.
He looks at you for a second and then lets it go.
We're gonna have to go and get him out.
Well, should I keep watch or would you like me to come with you?
Are you sneaky?
Am I sneaky? Let me check if he's sneaky.
Let me look at my
I don't
sheet.
know. That's a good question.
It is not my foremost proficiency, but
Well, what can you do?
he's got a +3. He's not feeling so confident, but I can make sense of things. You're getting a look at him, and he's kind of weak looking. Like, he doesn't look like so imposing. He looks kind of old. Now that you're getting like an up close look at him, like might be like in his mid-50s.
Can I make an insight check on that? I think about thing. What did he say?
I make sense of things, he said.
Yeah.
I think he's implying that he's more of an investigator and a logicer than he is like a sneaker.
Gotcha.
And then he looks Kano up and down and says, "Are you sneaky?"
No, not even a little bit. So I was hoping you were.
I just have one question. How did you prove yourself? If all you do is reason.
At this, he says, I experimented for a time with magics before I was granted greater power. You would know something about that.
So you can prove useful?
In some ways, yes.
All right.
I think so.
Would you like to help?
He looks sort of like confused at the idea of wanting to do anything. He's just like, I will if it is required.
Do you happen to have any more of that dust from those moths, or any way of...
The dust is not for trivial purposes. The dust is ceremonial.
Of course.
What does it do?
It is an offering to the one we serve.
Are the moths not of this world?
He looks at you like curiously, and he says, the moths, if you are quiet and keep your distance, or pay a great price from a merchant in a faraway town, one can find themselves with a great deal of moth powder. I, however, only have a limited supply, and I use it for a specific purpose, and so I will be deciding what purpose that is.
Canna will hold up her vial of moth powder.
He looks at it kind of greedily, just like a moment of like, ooh, that's what I need. That's that good.
So, can this be used to help us get in? I know the moths were very quiet and they landed very softly.
Says, if you would like to use it, I can do something with it. He holds his hand out and says, if I can use your expendable supply, perhaps I can be of assistance, yes.
In our head, do we trust him?
No, but...
Do we have a choice?
Right.
It's not like anyone in there is friendly company to him.
That is certainly true, especially if he has any sort of magics.
An obvious magic too, from the look of it.
He looks at the powder in your hand and says, do you need something significant? And I mean truly significant.
What, from inside there?
No, if you give me that, I can do something that will draw all of their eyes away from wherever you are. I know I can. I just need a stone, a twig. He's looking around, and a bit of that powder.
Zygo will produce a stone from his satchel that he has that he carries around to make magic stones.
Thank you. This will do. A twig. He looks to the side, picks a big bit of bramble out of the clay, holds the bramble aloft, shakes the clay loose, starts to clean it, starts to wrap the bramble around the little stone a little bit as it bends because it's very wiry. Coils it. Yes, good. And then, if I may,
is there any way that this could make 2 diversions?
No, I will need all of it for one.
Okay.
Especially since it's so diluted by water.
I did my best.
Did you fight these in the rain? Yes, then I will need it all.
Okay. So it seems like getting in will be easy, but getting out might be the hard part.
Well, that all depends on how quickly I am discovered. You will all come for me. Yes?
Are you planning on getting captured?
Oh, no, but what I am going to do will certainly draw the wrong kind of attention.
If you prove your worth, and it works, yes. For a time, you will be part of the colony.
In that case, and he holds his wings out to take the vial from you.
Canna will go ahead and pass it over.
Uncorks it. He pours the water all over the stone and the twig that he has, and immediately the twig starts to sprout dark, gross, kind of black, rotted, dead tendrils in his hand, and it kind of slinks down to the floor. And he says, "Give me 10 minutes." And he flies up and seems to kind of go on the other side of the thing.
Yeah, speaking
of the fort.
George, where are we on the map?
Yes, so let's get to the map and let's place you guys. So you guys are going to be like off screen to the left.
To the left, okay.
To the left side, yeah, you guys are up and above. That's right. Yeah, from your vantage point, you are seeing that there are like appears to be like a row of tents over here. Inside the fort is all dim light, by the way. Outside, it's only a 15-foot radius of dim light, so everything on the map is dim light. There is a large sort of tent here with multiple openings, one on each corner. And then there is sort of like a better constructed wooden shed in the top right corner, as well as a large pile of wood meant for a bonfire, which on the map is not lit, but right now is currently lit. So that provides quite a bit of light over there. In the bottom left corner, we have what looks like a smaller kind of shed, but not sure what that contains. And in the bottom right, you guys, from this vantage point, see kind of glinting off of the firelight, it draws your eye, a massive silver iridescent beetle. Just sort of sitting and, sitting there kind of like idle. It seems to be munching on a little bit of dung balls that have been laid out for it in the midst of its thing. And some guy is down here tending to it, throwing more dung, scooping it over into the kennel. Is there anything you would like to...
You don't see Joey or anything.
You do not. However, since we're talking about Joey, maybe we should cut back over to her. Joey, it's cold in this room as you come to. It becomes clear that you are tied to something, tied to like a thick metal pipe, and there are bars in front of you. You can take us out of the battle map for this also. And sure enough, standing over you, but then clearly not standing, sitting in front of you, but he's so big that it looks like he's standing, is Captain Niles. And he's just sitting in the chair opposite you as you slowly wake up.
Ah, good. You're waking up.
What did you do to my mom?
So abrupt with the questions. Don't you want to know where you are?
What did you do to her?
I'm not going to tell you. Why should I? What do you have to offer me?
I'm gonna kill you.
Kill me? That wouldn't be very good or brave, would it?
I don't care much about goodness or bravery anymore. And it's something you know nothing about.
He stands up out of the stool and sort of puts it in the corner. And then he grabs from next to you Sven, who is still unconscious in a wooden chair, and puts him in front of you so you can see him.
What will you do now? How will you save him?
Don't hurt him, please. I'll do anything, just don't hurt him.
And
what do you want? What do you want from me?
He lowers the knife that he was holding up and puts it in his belt, and then he begins to walk out of what looks like, now you realize you're sort of in a tent, and he just calls back to you over his shoulder.
You'll do anything. That's the idea.
And then he leaves, leaving you alone in the room. As he leaves, two more guards walk in, sort of take up their places and stare ahead, but not looking at you. But they've got you quite clearly like in their sight line. And Sven, as the cold breeze walks in from Captain Niles walking out, he shivers and he wakes up and he sort of panics. And he sees you and immediately like locks onto you.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We should have gone. I'm so sorry, Sven. I'm gonna get you out of here, I promise. Okay? Look at me, I promise.
And he goes to move his arm, but then realizes he's tied, and then he just holds up. And he just sits quietly and looks around. Still freaked. He's very scared.
It's okay. I'm scared too. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna get out of here, okay? And we're gonna find my friends.
Really quick. Let me just see something very quickly. Sorry, everybody. You see Sven try to like wriggle his hand in a way to try to you like a little ghostly apparition-ish like apparitions gas comes out of his fingertips but doesn't form. And he doesn't seem to be able to cast a mage hand, which he's trying to, but he's unable to make the physical motion he needs to make to do it.
If Joey, under her breath, tries to whisper, and try to make a mage hand, does it also not work?
Yeah, you actually, it gets the attention of one of the guards, who immediately walks over and just fully backhands you with an armored glove. You are going to take 4 damage. And he barks at you. None of that! Where the next one cuts. And then he pulled his sword out of his sheath a little bit and then put it back in and then retakes his position. Now he's sort of like glaring over at you, and then he resumes his post.
Okay, so no magic. Okay.
Joey's gonna look around the room. Can I do an investigation check?
Yeah, investigation check to see what's around the room.
16.
16. Some barrels, some papers, a desk, a couple of stray daggers and knives kind of laying about. Your things are lying in a corner of the room, kind of piled up.
My daggers.
Your daggers, all of your equipment is over there. Yeah, nothing is on your person. You've been left in your armor, but that's all you've got.
But that's it. What am I tied up in?
Rope. Quite thickly as well.
It's gonna be okay, Sven, I promise. They're gonna get distracted or something, and we're gonna get out. I promise, it's okay.
Okay, cutting back away from this tent up on the ridge. As Tash flies away, Nesbit, Zygo, and Kano direct their attention to the ford below.
How far away? I know we're off the map. How far away are we from like the fort exactly?
Couple hundred feet.
Couple hundred feet. Okay.
Do you guys want to just wait until what Tash is going to do starts to happen?
Can we get closer to a degree that we think we wouldn't be in their sides, but possibly we could get them in ours?
Go ahead and make a stealth check. Wall? It's about 20 feet tall.
That's so high.
It is so high.
Are we sure about this still?
I botched it.
Okay. I'm gonna see how bad that is.
19, if that makes Gabe's botch any better.
Jackie, get your old fucking dice. I don't want to be the new Jackie.
It's
You're
just
the new Jackie.
It's just a 6 on the percentile, so it's just a failure. So you guys, if you guys all roll high enough, you can make up.
It was
for
a 23.
19
would you
for me.
19, 23 plus
a
1.
Christmas miracle.
33, 41. What's your stealth bonus with a 1?
5.
Oh yeah. Okay, then you're okay. Yeah, that's 45, which is what you needed to hit. I think that's 46 actually.
Jesus.
Okay.
Wow.
So you guys all creep close. You're quite confident. Zygo is just about to, like, he's looking ahead. You can see quite clearly, Zygo. Your dark vision is making everything like pretty outlined and crisp.
Oh, yeah.
Which, you know, is what you had before, so it feels like you're natural
it's
again.
not what I had before.
You didn't have dark vision before?
Didn't have dark vision before.
Then that's awesome. Cool. So I thought you did. That's great. So the dark vision makes everything very clear for you to be able to see. Does either of you guys have dark vision? No.
No, it was just Joey, and now there's 2 of us.
Now you do as well. So you guys, the only thing you guys can really make out in front of you is the torch glow. So you're only seeing quite clearly like 15 feet out from the wall, and the wall included. But still somehow Zygo manages to get a little too caught up in looking at the fort, trips over a root, and both of you guys just immediately put your hands out and catch him before he goes tumbling down a gigantic cliff full of bushes. And then you keep moving closer, closer, and closer until you get about 30 feet away from the wall. Just at the edge of this little tree line, you guys find one outcropping of bushes, and it is the only way you guys can go without being exposed is right where you guys have placed yourselves.
Is every like section of this area closed up, or is it
yes.
just like...
These silver areas right here are where doors are.
Okay.
But they're closed.
But otherwise, everything is closed, 20-foot tall sheer stone.
Is that like a little door just south of us?
This right here is a gate that is closed, yes.
We love a closed gate.
We love a closed gate.
Can Joey put herself on the map so we know where she is?
She cannot.
Or the shot.
However, you guys want to, from here, wait the 10 minutes till the distraction starts, and then we can start?
Well, first things first is Nesbit is just going to turn to the colony, just down and just all right, colony, gather. And you see the ants on his person just scatter down onto the ground and kind of form a little mound. And he says, okay, this is gonna be different, but and he kind of like thinks, and he makes like a scrunched up face. And all the ants in this little mound kind of shimmer away.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts telepathically communicating with them as a unit and casts Unseen Servant. And he orders them to like go down by a guard, wait by a door, and just when they're distracted, when the guard leaves, open a door and try to find Joey. That's like the first command. They move 15 feet around.
Okay,
they move 15 feet every bonus action. They move 15 feet.
I can probably help you with that if you're trying to if you're specifically telling them to find Joey. I mean, if their first task is open the door, I think I can help with the find Joey part.
There's the unseen servant.
Okay, and it's completely invisible.
Yep. All right.
Where is it?
Incredible.
Right here. Oh, he might be on the wrong layer. Let me.
Yeah, I can't see him.
Boom. There
It's
it is.
invisible.
Yeah.
He's unseen. As Nesbit is doing that, Zygo will say, it's not that I do not trust you, but probably best to make sure that we are not in the wrong place. Grandfather, I need your help. Please guide me. And he will cast Locate Object for Joey's dagger.
Ping.
Zygo telepathically will go, all right, at least I know where her belongings are. Have your servant move towards the left when we get in there.
Okay. Again, the ants can't march too far away from me, so I'm kind of keeping them within that range. But also, Allie Bloom, welcome to the club. Thanks for the subscribe.
Nice. You guys are the best. So cool. Oh, that's dope. Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Since we're casting off the spells, anybody else want to do anything to prepare themselves besides Jackie?
I think I would probably hit that as a distraction. If we think that they can see us in any way, I'd be waiting for a distraction to physically cast that spell.
Okay. Well, in that case,
I just did Unseen Servant whenever because I can do it.
You can do it
silently. Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Nice.
So over the other side, you start to hear shouting. Sounds a lot like, what's that? What's going on? It's coming from the other side. and that you like a lot of attention is suddenly on the other side. You guys hear like a low rumbling, but you don't see anything because it's on the complete opposite side of the fort. Now I want everybody to roll initiative.
Okay. Including me?
Including you.
That's a nat 20.
20! I got a natural 20, George,
I got a nat
as
20.
we know.
2 nat 20s?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow,
Dylan,
what a
what's the
time to
total?
use
So
that.
because we can't nat 20 in initiative,
I
tell me
know,
what
I
the
know.
full-
This is fun. It's a 24.
24?
Yeah.
Mine's a nat 20.
Is it a 20?
Yeah, it's a 20.
Yes.
Okay.
Mine's a 10.
Joey's a 10.
And
Nezago?
22.
Nice.
All right, let me just see where Sven is. Sven rolls a 13.
Yes, Finn.
Get it, Sven.
And then I'm going to roll for everything else. Sorry in advance.
Hypothetically, if my dex were 6, is that -2 to initiative? Yeah, okay.
No, it's. I think there's like proficiency. Oh no! I think you're right.
No, that would be a net -2. It's just based on dex, so yeah.
But it should be in your initiative box.
While this
No,
is,
it's not. I was just thinking.
Oh.
while this is happening, Zago's going to think to them, are we in any way trying to seem as if we do not have magic here? Because if so, I would be severely limited in what I can do.
I think the picture is becoming clear that Joey and the boy were captured. I don't think there's any way. They at least know they are. So,
if we are going to help them, we are at least accomplices.
They're gonna be after us regardless.
Okay.
Well, enough. Then Zago's pulling back on his glove, special magic glove.
So, the order is going to go Nesbit, Zygo, Cano, unresolved turn. Then we've got unresolved turn. Then we've got unresolved turn. Then we've got Sven.
So many unresolved turns.
Then we have Tash, and then Joey is gonna go last.
Yikes.
Okay. Nesbit, what do you do? Things have started popping off. The distraction has gone.
Okay, so we see guards start turning, basically.
Yes, guards have turned. The 2 guards up on top here have their back turned to you, so they will not. Even though you are completely exposed coming across this area. There's no cover or anything. You can get adjacent to the wall without being seen.
Okay. So I think that's the first thing that would happen is that Nesbit would just kind of run. No, that's my fault. I would run like adjacent to the wall to get kind of like. Bonus action, I would have the Unseen Servant move 15 feet.
Okay.
Let me just make sure I'm doing that spell correctly. Unseen Servant. On each of your turns, you can mentally command them to move 15 feet and interact with an object. I guess if the 15 feet gets them to the door, does it?
It does.
Okay. I guess I'll try to have them just like I don't know if that door is openable because it has to be something anyone can do, but like I guess I'll try. To get them to just open it. I assume
yeah, okay. It doesn't budge. It there's some pressure that clearly shows up on the gate, but it does not open.
Okay.
For some reason I can't select it. Weird. Okay.
Those shapes are always very odd about how they do that.
I'm gonna replace it with something that's okay. Okay, continue.
Then I'm just going to shuffle on over. I'm kind of just waiting to see what they're doing, like if they're making a move or not.
These guys are not moving. They're just have their backs turned. Here's your unseen servant.
Okay, cool. So these guys are not moving, but all of these guys are not paying attention, right?
Correct.
Okay. I guess, should I take shots? Okay, I'll try. I guess I'll start it off. You know what?
Do what Nesbit do.
Yeah.
Dylan, you can now control that unseen servant.
I can't right now, but I think I have to drag it myself, but we'll deal with that later.
Oh, right.
5. Yeah, I will take 2 shots at this guy. I assume they're with advantage.
They are with advantage.
Okay.
Which guy?
The guy that I'm closest to.
Okay.
Up top here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's 16 for the first one.
Describe it.
Oh, describe it? Okay, well, in that case, I'm gonna gather Swarm and have his body fly 15 feet towards me and into my arms.
And you catch the body as it comes down. It's like guided down by like ants that just like they fall down, and the ants' slightly buzzing wings cause this guard to turn around and go, Mike? Michael?
Shot at him.
Go ahead.
Wait, no, that one has to be Lewis.
Yeah, that's Lewis.
No, that's
Lewis. This is Lewis. Lewis, where'd you go?
Lewis had a beautiful death.
Is this one also with advantage, or because he turned around is...
Also with advantage. Also,
okay.
It's your same turn, so yes.
Okay, cool. So that's going to be 19.
Okay.
So that one, he just falls dead.
Gone.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess that's my turn.
What do you want to do on this turn?
And I'll figure out what to do with Unseen Servant. I'll see what I can do.
I guess I'll...
Remember that if you want to continue to move stealthily, you can only move half your speed.
I can move... George, I can move this thing around, so get rid of that ghost. This is funny.
That is also hilarious. That's too funny, dude. You want me to change it to the... Actually, I can't change it to the ghost anymore. That's what it is.
That's it. That's
Huh?
so
It's like, it is what it is. It's like a
exactly
man
what
that's
it is.
invisible. Okay, perfect.
No, Zygo will, he'll go his full 32 next to the door. No intention of thinking he'll be able to break this thing down. But he will cast bonus action Magic Stones on the rocks in his little satchel and just dodge.
Okay, taking the dodge, actually,
Dodge.
why not? Next up is Kano.
Kano's gonna go over and try to open that friggin' door.
All right, how would you like to try to open it?
With my muscles.
With your muscles, make an athletics check.
Okay. 26.
26.
Oh, whoa.
Bang! With like Kano just levels her shoulder, and you see the whole hinge on the front just snap with the impact as she just goose runs at this thing, blasts the wooden door off the hinge, and it like stops in the dirt a foot open, but there is quite a resounding bang in the courtyard. Okay, Kano, what else do you want to do? The door is open. That was your action. You still have a little bit of movement if you should desire it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and
Chat just went, that's mom strength. That's great.
Kano means business. Smashy smashy with goose feet.
Okay,
I love that.
It's so fun. So I can't do any spells, right?
No. I mean, not any that have verbal components. Otherwise, they will hear you, potentially.
Right. K. Cool. I'm going to continue to move in because I'm pretty sure that's all I can do.
Yeah, where would you like to move?
Oh, wait, shut up. Hold up. Is that a good use for that? Probably not. Never mind. That was a lot of outlined thinking for... I'm just going to keep going forward.
Go ahead and place yourself.
Yeah. Had I more than one level 2 spell slot, I would, but I think I can move there.
Okay. Then, Cano, you see, walking out of the tent in response to the gigantic bang of the door opening, 5 heavily armed guards walk out of the central tent. Here they are. And they will immediately take their turn. So seeing Cano in the doorway, these 5 will start to take position up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All of them will start shouting, but they are not, you see no responses as of yet.
What do you mean no responses?
Like nobody on the back wall turns to see what's going on because they are much too distracted by what's happening on the other side of the wall.
Okay.
But they form up here at the door, all draw different variations of swords. Some draw 2 swords. One of them has a shield. Couple of them have like halberds. It's just, an amalgamation. It kind of looks like, what's a great comparison? Like the red throne guards in The Last Jedi. They all have like a different weird weapon. They all sort of seem to have like their own thing going on. All 5 of these guys. And that is all they're going to do. They're going to take the dodge action. And then there is another something that you guys notice. Just like suddenly above your head, you start to notice 3 dancing lights kind of come down from the sky and float above your head, illuminating the fight area so that all of the guards can see as well. And you hear a weird ethereal sound. Okay, next up is Sven in the back in the tent with Joey. Sven starts rocking back and forth as the rumbling starts to happen, and the 2 guards in the tent turn their back and peek outside to see what's going on. And he just seems to be like now is the time. His eyes get wide and he starts kind of shaking back and forth in his chair. Joey, your turn.
Joey is going to clarify, it's not like there's a magic on this to prevent me from doing magic, right?
No, not at all. But you can't cast something that has a somatic component while you are tied.
Okay.
Which would be marked with an S.
Oh no, my D&D Beyond just froze up.
That's all right. It's all right.
Let me.
Which spell are you thinking about trying to cast?
In a perfect world, Joey would whisper "Sisa," and shocks of electricity would spark out of her fingers into the ropes as she cast Shocking Grasp.
Shocking Grasp. Let me see.
Cantrip.
I believe that is going to need a somatic component, though.
You would think, right?
Yeah, it is a hand thing. Verbal and somatic. So yes,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to do that.
Are
You can
all
choose
of my
something else, though.
spells?
Probably.
Most likely.
A great deal of them will be. Doesn't mean that you can't try to weasel yourself out of these ropes physically.
Okay, cool. Because I can't load any of my spell information, I will. Joey is gonna look at Sven and nod at him, like now, and also try to weasel out of the ropes.
Okay. How do you want to try to get out of them?
Dexterity or acrobatics.
Okay, so you want to try to escape the ropes. So, wriggling yourself out, you can go ahead and make an acrobatics check. Go ahead.
I rolled a 2, so that's...
Okay. No, the ropes hold fast. That's going to be your full action. Anything else you want to do?
Can I reach Sven?
With your foot, you can kind of kick his chair a little bit.
With my foot, I try to drag Sven's chair closer to me so I could theoretically, can I reach his ropes if I bend down?
Make an athletics check with disadvantage to try to get his chair closer to yours.
Okay. That's gonna be a 10.
You are not able to drag him closer. You're just sort of fumbling in that tent trying to panic. Both of you guys are unsuccessful. Back on the outside, Nesbit.
What about Tash?
Tash, his turn happened
It's been
elsewhere.
happening, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah, Tash was beforehand. His turn is happening. You guys don't see what happens.
Okay.
Nesbit.
I think so. I can't see over the wall, right? I can't.
Correct.
Okay. Nesbit will kind of run by. See this grouping here.
Uh-huh.
Let me see something here. And just cast fairy fire on all of them.
Ooh.
Yes.
What's the radius you're casting
It's
it in?
a 20-foot cube.
20 foot
yeah.
cube.
Huge.
Okay, so those 4.
Yeah, I mean 20
All
foot
5.
20-foot cube, so I think it should get all of them.
Yep, they'll get all of them.
That's
Right?
so hot.
Yeah, and obviously not
20
us,
foot
but
cube.
like 20
Here,
foot.
let's draw it.
Well, it's a 20-foot cube, right? So isn't that
5, 10, 15, 20, 20.
Should just
bang,
be
bang,
20
bang.
across, 20 down.
Tune in on Thursday when we
Cross.
just do a bunch of math.
That should get all of them.
This is it. The blam. Oh, can I not move this thing? What a pain in the patootie.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Ugh, so annoying. I don't know how to do this. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, this is the fun part, right? So you want to try to get all of these guys, right? Blam
yeah,
right there?
I should be able to, yeah.
Yep, go ahead. It's dex saves, right?
Yeah, it's dex saves.
Okay, number 1. What's the DC?
14.
Okay, failure. We'll do a blue thing here. We'll do purple. So they're lit
Yeah.
up purple. Number 2, failure.
Yeah.
We'd love
Number
to see
3, failure.
Damn, dude.
Number 4, failure.
Yeah.
it. We love it.
Number 5, up, fell into my lap. Shit. Failure.
Oh my god.
That's dope.
Incredible.
All of the guards light up purple, or like whatever color they do. What color do they light up?
Yeah, sure.
Sure,
That's
it's
fine.
purple. You start to see like a purpley outline sort of appear around them. You'll have advantage on all attacks against them. Anything else, Nesbit?
Yeah, as a bonus action, the unseen servant just kind of like sneaks.
Got it.
Unbeknownst to anyone, just this mound of ants that has made
Perfect.
itself like a human just kind of walks forward a little bit.
Invisibly walks forward.
Yeah.
Got it.
Just making its way towards that square, that area.
Okay, got it. Anything you do? Or are you staying where you are?
I think that's all I can do.
Okay. Zygo.
Yeah. 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 Nothing I have is going to be incredibly disruptive of this group, unfortunately. And I have no real way of getting past them. So, okay. New Zygo. Here we go. Zygo is coming up to this guy here. He's going to run in. And as his sort of starry eyes, like, I'm going to say like nebula style, like purple sort of galaxies that form in his eyes, he will take out his quarterstaff that he has not used in who knows how long. Run one hand down one side of it to like light it up with this sort of like wooden energy as it craggles as he bonus action casts Shillelagh, and then we'll have the other hand run down it and it all lights up with green flame as he casts Green Flame Blade.
Dope.
And he will then attack the guy in front of him with advantage because of Nesbit.
Yes.
Thanks, bud.
This guy readies with you with a sword and shield in his hand.
Uh-huh. That is going to be a dirty 20 to hit him.
Hit.
Fantastic. And I will say, just to be fair, he had taken the dodge action, so might have canceled out the advantage.
Oh, yes, it does cancel out the advantage.
In which case it was an 18 to hit him.
That is a hit.
Okay,
meets that guy because he's sword and shield.
Dope. Okay, that's great. That is going to be okay to that first guy. 11 bludgeoning damage and 7 fire damage.
Okay.
And then the flame will jump over to the guy next to him, that guy right there, and we'll just hit that guy for 10 fire damage.
Woo!
So good.
Damn.
So good.
We'll
all right, both of them.
That.
Clearly, magic is now on the table, so these guys start like really huddling together and panicking. You hear some shouting between them as they start to try to coordinate a little bit better. Anything else as I go?
Yeah, because I really don't want to take all of these attacks that I know are about to come. Maybe I can just take some of them. 15 got me there. I'm gonna say Zyger's gonna try and stem the tide here. The only one who he's in reach of is the guy in front of him. We'll take that opportunity attack and run along the wall here, trying to get shimmy into this space here.
Okay, here comes the opportunity attack. It is a 12 to hit.
That will miss.
Miss. Okay, the sword, woof, but Zygo ducks underneath and starts sprinting this tiny little alleyway over here. Kano, your turn.
Okay, Kano is gonna go ahead and bum rush this guy, and she will go ahead and take 2 swipes at him with her sword.
Okay, go ahead. This guy is holding, what is this guy holding? A great axe in his hands. So he immediately holds the axe up, seemingly defensively.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Oh, let's go.
Yes.
Yeah, so he actually goes for the counterattack, lifts the axe up, and you just get underneath there. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Great. That will be, hold on. So we got boom.
Honks in the chat, baby, nat 20!
Honks in the chat.
Okay. Wait, so I just roll once and then add a full 8. So
And add a
roll an
full 8, yes.
Add, okay. Ooh, 19 damage for that one.
Okay. Got it.
And I will go ahead and hit that same one again. 16?
16 is a meet. Yes, you hit.
Ooh, okay, great.
Oof.
Cool. Okay. Ooh, nice. 13 more damage.
Okay, he is bloodied.
Yeah, he is. And I'm gonna go ahead. I heard Zygo say she's up and to the left.
Yes.
Yeah,
So...
I can still be telepathically. If we're talking telepathically and we're within 30 feet, I would have.
You guys can basically just talk.
Oh
as long as
wait,
you're in
I
30
get
feet, you can talk
advantage
freely.
on him.
It
Not
was
that it
it was a
mattered.
straight. It was a straight roll because they took the dodge action.
They took the dodge action.
So you don't get advantage this turn.
Oh, okay.
Every
So
other
you take a
turn.
dodge action.
That's fine.
Yeah, Zygo. I haven't dropped that spell. Zygo will shout out in your mind. That's what building, the very large one.
Yeah, would she just?
The red square is where the ping was.
Yeah. Kano's gonna go ahead and take, I think, 2 opportunity attacks and run over here.
Okay, got it. Here come the 2 opportunity attacks. One is a 9.
No.
And one is a 16.
Nope.
Okay,
Nice.
Both miss you, clanging off your armor as one guy with 2 swords misses both as you duck underneath, and then the great axe comes in sideways and you jump over it and you're away. Next up is the guards, who will respond in kind by moving up on either side of Kano, trying to stop you in place. They will both attack you again, twice. So first guard comes in with his 2 weapons. One is a 19 to hit you.
Yeah.
Okay, that will hit. The other one will miss. You will take 7 slashing damage from that attack.
Okay.
And then the other, the great axe will come in for a swipe as well. Oh, sorry, that will be another attack from Swordfella. Another 2 attacks. A 19 and a 15.
Wait, so I thought you said the second one missed.
He's extra attacking basically, but he has 2 weapons, so it's like attacking 4 times.
Ah, okay. Well, the one didn't, but one did hit.
Yes, so that's just another 1 short sword damage. That's going to be 5 more slashing damage.
Okay.
And then Great Axe guy is going to take 2 big swings at you. One is a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
And the other is a 24.
Jesus. Okay.
Yikes.
Woofed up.
7 plus 14 is 21 slashing damage with the Great Axe as it streaks across your back.
Jesus. Okay.
The other 2, one of them runs for Zygo. 1, 2, 3, and he will get adjacent. The other will sprint around the other side so as to head you off. And he will take the dash action here to get right on either side of you. That does mean he is not
attacking this turn.
Yeah, he's not attacking this turn. But you will take 1 attack from this fella who has got a sword and shield. So 2 attacks. One is a nat 20.
Jesus. Well, yeah, that hits.
And the other's a botch. So the nat 20 is going to hit you first.
Great.
So this is going to be 8 plus 5 is 13 plus 3 is 16 slashing damage with the sword as they lock you in place, cut you across the front, and then as he attacks, he lunges forward a bit too much. This is going to be a 36, so it is just a miss on the botch, unfortunately.
But
No
I'm going to
penalty.
say something else happens. As the huge sword slashes against Zygo, his body bursts like starlight from where the sword makes contact, and flame will burst out of Zygo as he hellish rebukes that guy.
Okay, how much damage does he take?
What happened to you guys?
He needs to make a dex save, DC 13.
He fails.
Amazing. That means he takes 2d10 fire damage. I rolled solo, just 5 fire damage.
Okay, sorry, that guy is the red. Red is bloodied. This guy takes how much? I'm sorry?
5 fire damage.
Or this guy, rather. Okay, he is bloodied as well.
I am a star. Watch me burn.
And this guy, seeing Nesbit, sprints forward, holding aloft an axe and shield. Gets all the way to Nesbit and attacks twice. Nat 20 and a botch again.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ, George.
So the nat 20 is hilarious. 10, 13 slashing damage, and then I'm gonna roll the botch severity. 97. Nesbit, describe it.
Jesus.
As he rushed by, he didn't realize that the unseen servant just like crawled up
Yeah.
and tripped him, and he like fell, and his axe just like came down hard on Nesbit, but just an arrow that Nesbit was like knocking just a crossbow bolt just goes straight through his head. Just like not even noticing. Nesbit's just like, ah! Oh!
Drops into the ground. It's like an accidental fire. Boom. Gone. Okay, perfect.
George, heads up, I rolled to maintain concentration on locate object, and I'm good.
Okay, great. Thank you. I will remember that. Sorry
I got
about
you.
that.
I'll
I
get-
forgot that's concentration.
It weirdly
okay.
is.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Next up, the dancing lights disappear and kind of materializing out of the darkness. There are several shapes that you guys see.
Jesus.
1 second. So
that
sorry. This
distraction
layers
did
thing.
nothing.
Yeah, thank God 2 archers didn't hit us.
Sorry, I'm dragging this piece all the way over.
Really wish we had long rested before.
Yeah, right?
The same decrepit figure that Joey have seen, but this is your first time seeing it, guys. 4 people stand on the wall, all wearing golden monkey masks.
Fuck that.
They all come up at different times and kind of just hang out there for a second. And then they will take a look around. Nesbit, you're 1. Zygo, you are 2. Kano, you are 3. 1.
Nesbit.
Nesbit hurtling through the air. So sorry, everybody. I have so much to get through here. Actually, you just feel like a beam of energy as all 4 figures hold aloft this chunk of iron that dissipates into like a gaseous form and then chases towards you. I need you to make a wisdom save for me as the scent of like burning iron fills your nostrils.
Wisdom save?
Yes.
17.
17 meets the save.
Jesus
so you do
Christ.
save. The spell hold person fails.
Oh. Thank
Shit.
Okay. Next up is going to be a shout goes up from this room as well, and out walks a gigantic hog guard who is dressed in full complete plate armor.
Jesus Christ.
Do I know who it is?
You do not know who it is, but you have heard Joey tell you about somebody who certainly looks a lot like this.
Okay.
And based on previous experience, and considering how monarchy emblazoned his armor is, this is clearly a high-ranking monarchy official. Roll a history check for me, everybody who sees him.
Do I see him?
No, Zygo does not.
I got my own shit going on.
Yeah.
6.
Nesbit?
10.
Nope, you guys don't recognize him necessarily.
Okay.
Okay. He is going to take the dodge action and survey the scene. Oh, wow, okay. And then next we're going to go inside the thing again. Sven is shaking around, and then all of a sudden you see like a little thing come out of Sven's paw. And he is going to try to throw this little object to you as hard as he can, which is like pushing just with his wrist. There's going to be a sleight of hand throw. And a little like hardened piece of wood is going to fly through the air. It's like a piece of garbage, and it just lands on your lap, Joey.
Oh. Joey is going to... How flexible am I?
It depends on your acrobatics.
Okay. Joey's going to attempt to bend over and pick it up with her teeth and then saw at the ropes on her hands.
Okay, go ahead and make the acrobatics check to try to grab it with your teeth.
17.
17 is good enough. You bend down, grab it in your teeth, and now I want you to go ahead and make a Thieves' Tools check without proficiency.
No.
And at disadvantage, please.
Well...
Is that even worse?
I got it too. So.
A 2. Okay, yeah. You are unable to get free this turn as well.
Was that my action and my bonus action?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, unfortunately. Okay. But you do start to see something crawl, like rumbling. You start to hear like a crackling noise over the shed. And as all of you guys are outside looking, you start to see black roots spilling over the white stone walls on the opposite side as all of these soldiers start taking shots over the other side. You also see just a blast of eldritch purple energy fire, and one of these guards just falls off, getting knocked back off of the wall and drops into the ground. Next up is Nesbit.
Okay. I will take a shot at, I guess, one of... First things first, I'll move in. And take a shot at... So what... George, what am I seeing here? Is this 4 separate beings? Do I know, or is it just I have to decide which one I choose, or is it like a?
So it's a spell.
Yeah. Okay. Because I have a feeling I know what the spell is, but like, how are we doing it? How are we doing it? So if I say I attack the guy,
you would just tell me that you pick one, and then the whether you picked the right one is determined by a dice roll.
Yeah, by the thing. Okay.
Yes.
I guess I'm just wondering because like when you determine casting a spell on those things, that's not the same thing, right?
If it's an attack spell, it is.
But not if it's like a hunter's mark.
If it's a hunter's mark, it just works.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna bonus action hunter's mark that creature.
Yes, the 4.
Or at least one of them in my mind, and then just attack.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm staying outside for a second. That is going to be a 24.
Okay, 24. Let me see if this is effective. Okay, your bolt fires through the air, and one of the copies disappears.
Okay. Second attack.
Okay.
18 to hit.
18 is a hit. However, again,
okay,
one of the copies disappears.
Okay. This bit will run in. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. Next up is Zygo.
If I were to attempt to like climb this thing next to me, that would be like an action, right? To do that, or would that be movement?
It'd be movement. You have a prehensile tail, right? So you would have advantage on the check
the
needed to move up there. Yeah.
Okay.
But it is movement, so you take opportunity attacks.
Right, I hear you. Zygo is going to look at the creatures on either side of him, hope to God that they are mammals of some sort, and say, "You should not mess with someone who is cold-blooded." And as from his feet up, his skin turns an icy cold blue, he's going to cast Armor of Agathis at 3rd level. As ice rings around his body and extends off of his hands. And then he's going to attempt to climb onto the top of that building.
Okay, on top of the building. Go ahead and make that check. Athletics?
Athletics or acrobatics?
Well, either one you want.
Okay. No, hold on, let's cut.
So
Jesus
dope.
Christ. Cut. Stop doing that. Holy shit, that's not great. That's only a 12.
Okay, yeah, 12 is good enough. It's
Great.
like, slatted wood. It's easy to climb on top of. It's sort of a clumsy clamber, but you will take 2 opportunity attacks. The first will miss.
Okay.
And the second will hit. That is going to be the guy who is bloodied. Is going to hit you with his... this guy has a halberd. So that is... You are going to take 13 piercing damage as you are stabbed in the side climbing.
All right. And he is going to take 15 cold damage.
15 cold damage. Describe it.
It's not even Zygo actually killing him because he doesn't know what's happening. As this guy hits him with a halberd, as he like turns to flee, I guess his tail lashes in a way and icicles fly off of it, stabbing this guy like
and he thumps into the ground.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm now on top of this rooftop, right?
You are. And that's only going to be 20 feet of movement used.
Okay, I'll try and get to the edge of it here.
Okay, you're good.
And I will. How much movement does it take to go prone? Does it take any movement to drop down?
No, you can drop prone.
I will drop prone.
Okay,
and that'll be my turn.
Okay, Zygo goes prone. Next up, we have Kano.
Okay, so one of them is bloodied. One of them is not. I am doing horribly HP-wise. I will go ahead and if I do a lay on hands, how far can I move afterwards?
Your regular move speed.
Regular movement. I'm sorry, I was just thinking about this and I didn't make up my mind earlier, and now here I am. And
you have advantage on the attacks.
Okay.
You do. That you do.
And if you move, you'll take
2 attacks.
Yeah. Well, I'm worried about the great axe, but whatever. Okay, we're gonna do 2 attacks. Well, we'll start off with one at the one who's bloodied.
Okay.
And that's with advantage, right?
With advantage.
Oh, gonna hit. 24. Nope,
Hit.
it's more. I think it's 25.
Yes, that's a hit then. Yeah.
Just so we all know. And then I'll roll damage for that. Ooh, 15 damage.
15 damage. Describe it.
Ooh,
Nice.
Kano, over it, will turn around because like, oh, fine, they're chasing me. And she'll sling her sword up, slicing him nicely in 2. And then she will turn around and stare at the other one. And she's gonna go ahead and attack that one as well.
Okay.
With his sword. And that will be 21.
21 is a hit.
Yeah, Kano. Do work.
I'm going to smite him.
Yeah.
Because I meant to. Because I just feel like it, you know? It's an extra 2d8, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. So it's 3. So boom, boom, boom. $28 damage.
Woo! He is bloodied.
Damn,
What's
Kano?
that look like? What's that look like?
Kano, still over it, will turn to him and do the exact same thing and bring down her sword, like flicking the blood off the end as she just like stares into this.
Very honk.
Very honk.
Very honk.
Much honk.
Much
I love
honk.
the honk.
Much honk.
Okay.
And no.
You
never
still have
mind.
movement and such if you'd like to use that.
Oh, well, and what? Oh, which one did I kill? Did I kill Greatsword or Great Axe
You
guy?
killed Great Axe guy, yes.
Ooh, who does this, or what is what do you?
Dual swords, but he will only be able to attack you with one.
Cute.
Short swords.
Cute.
Short sword's a d6 plus whatever his bonus is.
And I can move 25 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna move.
Okay. Out you go. You will take an opportunity attack.
Yeah, because I would, you know.
It is going to miss you.
Hell yeah. Bye, bitch.
Okay. Kano, the guard, this guy will, now that he has missed you and you get out of his range, he will turn and fight Nesbit. He will run down and dive at you with both swords. You have 4 short swords coming at you. First one is 17, Nesbit.
Yeah.
Next one is less.
How is he
15.
No.
Isn't it? He's got extra attack and he's got dual weapon fighting. This guy. That's a miss, right?
Yeah, I thought.
Next is a botch.
Oh, okay, cool.
Roll that bear.
62 is going to be a penalty.
I'm.
And another botch.
Holy shit.
Amazing.
We love to see it.
All right,
We love
77 and 67, 2 botches. Describe it, Nesbit.
Delightful. Accidentally
I think it's the same thing. Nesbit's just like about to load another crossbow bolt and sees the dude, and he comes and slashes, and he just holds out the bolt.
Great. You will only get hit with one of these short sword
Yeah,
attacks,
it's just like
which is going to be...
he's just like and then.
That is the 3rd death people have brought upon themselves this fight.
Yeah.
that's going to be another 6 damage to you.
6
Nesbit.
damage, gotcha.
Oh my
Wow.
Hilarious. Now, however, both of these two leap down towards Kano this time.
Oh, dear lord. Okay.
Oh no.
Both of them go after her. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let me just, I have to check the whole page. So sorry, guys.
Are you sure their movement isn't like 5 feet and they can't move?
Oh,
Because they were on top of the wall.
Here. They get to here. And again, you smell burning iron, Kano. Please make a wisdom save.
You get that +3.
Zygo from across the way is gonna hold up his glove and snap.
Okay. Incredible.
I'm within 60 feet.
You're within 60 feet. It counterspells. The dust of iron wafting towards Kano stops 5 feet away from her and just gets sucked back into Zygo's glove, across on top of the roof, and now you're holding that whole person's spell in your hands. Swirling iron is like just around your whole palm.
Oh my god!
All right, you have it now.
I can cast it as an action.
Jesus.
Oh my hog.
Oh,
you
man.
absorb it and can use it.
Kano will look around and do finger guns at Zygo.
Fuddling on the roof.
The hog below, coming out of the tent and assessing the situation, suddenly screams to the sky.
Wake up, you fools! We're under attack!
Fuck.
No.
And streaming out of the tents come a bunch of very tired and very surprised guards.
Jesus.
Here they come. Next up, however, is going to be Sven and Joey. Sven is looking at you helplessly. Joey, you may choose what to do as I reveal these guys all by the tents.
I have a question.
Yes,
I
go
know
ahead.
that they took the daggers off my person, but did they find the tiny bottle of acid that remains in my pocket?
Of what?
Of acid that still remains in my pocket.
I'm gonna roll. I'm not gonna give you great odds on this, but I'm going to roll for it. Okay.
Okay.
If I roll a 9 or a 10 on this D10, they did not find it. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck. It's on the floor. It is a 9, and it's in your pocket.
This is
rolling
my last
around
bottle.
in the very depths of your pockets, you have like a tiny vial of this acid. However, it's hard to get to. You're gonna have to try to uncork it and do the whole thing. Tell me what happens. What do you do?
Okay. Joey is gonna try to reach into her pocket with her hand and grab the bottle and remove it. Her final tiny bottle. This is a small one, not a big one. And she's going to attempt to pour it onto the rope.
Okay, go ahead. It will pour onto the rope. You'll hear a hissing, and then very quickly, it is going to blast through the rope, and then you are going to, just from the proximity, you are going to take 2 acid damage. And then the ropes slough away. However, the 2 guards hear the hissing, come back inside, and immediately draw their swords. You are free. Sven is not.
Do I still have another?
That is your that can be a bonus action, so you do have a full action.
I do
just
have a full
uncorking
action.
potion and pouring it on yourself.
How? Okay. Joey is immediately, because it's worked before, going to cast sleep towards the 2 guards.
Okay, go ahead and roll the sleep damage, or
Okay, so she goes,
the sleep threshold.
And mist seeps through her fingers towards the guards, and that's gonna be. Wait, I can't find. You guys remember? Oh, 5d8. There we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. 25.
25 hit. Okay, so 25. One of the guards just kind of like drops asleep, just like against the wall, and the other one looks surprised, but he is still standing.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move to stand in front of Sven.
Okay, perfect. You can go ahead and move yourself.
Oh.
Or can you move yourself up in that top right corner?
Cool.
Are you able to?
I'm gonna see in a second. No.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to go ahead and drag that from the right.
Got you.
Drag your character. Okay, cool. You can move yourself in between. These 2 guys are gonna be at the door here.
Okay.
Next up is Nesbit.
Okay, bonus action Hex. So, the ants that were like currently kind of like on this like monkey mask person just start to glow like a violet purple, and just kind of like dig in. Like, essentially, the ants grow like evil anime eyebrows and then just start like digging in their teeth. And 2 shots.
Oh man.
Okay, that's a 18 to hit.
18 is a hit. Yes, let me see. It hits. One of the other copies disappears as it passes through and slams into the monkey clad figure.
Okay.
Tell me how much damage that is.
Yeah, Gathered Swarm, Hunter's Mark, Hex, so 3d6 plus a d8.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Wow, okay. Yeah, so that's gonna be 18 plus 22 points of damage.
Okay, as the bolt sails towards this person, they sort of dodge to the right very, very quickly in a super quick kind of motion. It does still graze, and there is still some insect damage, but they are going to basically uncanny dodge this and take half damage.
Okay, second attack.
Dope.
Second attack at this thing. Is a 23 to hit?
That is also a hit.
Okay, that's only 2d6 plus a d8.
D8 plus your 3.
So that's gonna be 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage, got it.
And Nesbit is going to run sorry, I'm just trying to see what the distance is. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Nesbit's just gonna run down further, like, this way.
Okay.
Okay, that's my turn.
Zygo.
Oh, and I guess disadvantage on strength-based checks.
Okay, disadvantage on strength. I will make that the thing.
Okay.
I mean, I have to try. I don't think there's any better use of this. Zygo will hold up the glove and snap again at the large boar who'd just come out of the tent and cast Hold Person. He needs to make a wisdom save.
What's the DC?
It's just 13 because it uses a different modifier than my usual one, but
he gets an 11 failure. Hold Person takes effect as the iron courses towards him, and as he's just about to step forward, pulling forth a massive sword and shield, he just freezes in place and doesn't move. Okay, what anything else, Zygo?
Yeah. Feeling suddenly powerful, Zygo is going to bonus action as his skin turns black, beams of light coursing down his arm, as he will assume his archer starry form. And he gets to, when he transforms into this, still make the archer attack as part of this bonus action. So he is going to do exactly that. And try and hit this guy with an archer bolt, now at advantage because he's paralyzed, right?
So yes, this is like is this a bonus action?
It is a bonus action.
Yes. I think that's at advantage, yes.
Hold Person's
Yeah, Hold Person gives you advantage, yes.
Hell yeah. That is a 22 to hit.
Ooh. Yes, hit.
We love it.
And he will take 13 radiant damage as Zygo, holding him with one arm, lets a light beam blast down the full length of his other arm.
Okay, you see his skin starts to burn and bubble with the radiant energy, and you see the teeth sort of grit on this hog's face, but he doesn't make a sound. Next up is Kano.
I'm going to go ahead and continue my journey over to the tent, and there are 2 guards right in front of it, right?
One guard is asleep, and the other guard is standing, sword drawn at Joey, who is guarding Sven, the little fox boy who you've just seen awake for the first time, in a chair tied up.
Well, without a moment's hesitation, Kano is going to go ahead and sword swipe him 2 times, and he is not advantaged.
No, not advantage.
That's okay. Work with me, guys. 20. Oh, that's a net 20.
Describe your entrance.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Brush. This is going to be very dramatic, but so you see this guard like look at his friend just fall asleep and then look at the kids, and then all of a sudden just a sword is just going to come sticking out of his chest. And as he's moved to the side, you just see Kano looking at them like, oh, that might have been a bit too violent, as she shucks him off screen. And then
Joey very proudly whips around to Sven and goes, "That's Kano! That's my Kano!"
And Kano's gonna like oh, I'm sorry, these are really bad circumstances. I'm just so excited to see you guys. And Kano's gonna oh, she already used her action. But can I go over and try to untie the middle?
Help.
You can make your way 5 more feet over. You can get adjacent to Joey, and that's going to be as far as you can get this turn.
Okay, perfect.
Next up, the guards start to stream forward. All of them, some of them are going to go towards Kano. I'm going to take them as a group.
I didn't even see those guys. Son of a bitch.
They were the ones who came out of the tents.
Yeah, shit.
They're the tent boys.
All of these guys are going to take the dodge action outside and prepare themselves. These 6 are going to sprint over towards you guys. 30, 60, 90, right here. And they're all going to be coming for Nesbit and Zygo. 2 of them are going to detract off and try to help their friend. And this guy over here is also going to try to guard the captain. And then, oh, god damn it, guys. I'm sorry. I just like backed out of Roll20. Now it's got to reload for 12 seconds because I accidentally swiped the wrong way. I'm like,
George.
It's okay.
But the hunched figure, looking around a little bit frantically now, sees her spell get cast when you notice this, because there is a little bit of well, I gave the gender away by accident, but this person is going to essentially cast, what is the spell? Yes, sorry, this is crazy complicated. This is one of the craziest lists I've ever seen. That same crackling purple blade will fire out of their hands, moving down into a clenched, gnarled fist. And then there is going to be a throwing of purple energy that happens after running up to here. And I need, this is gonna be an attack roll.
If you're attacking me, I'm prone
against
on the
Nesbit. Yes, against Nesbit, against the side of the shed. Nesbit, the purple light is going to fire towards you with a 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you are going to take... Oh, not so much. You are going to take 6 psychic damage as it impacts in your chest, and then sort of dissipates and then appears back in their hand.
Okay.
That is all that they are going to do. Then I'm going to make a save for Boris. What's the save he's got to beat?
13 wisdom.
Okay, here it comes.
Is your thing wheel or woe today?
It's wheel still. It hasn't stopped.
15.
Yeah, he's out.
Okay,
But that's his action to do it.
Uses his action to do it, but then he will start stepping forward.
It happens.
It's just end of its
It happens.
Oh,
at the end
of his turn?
Yeah.
Great, never mind. That is his turn. Next up is Sven, who will defer to after you guys hopefully let him go. You see more blasts of crackling energy fire over the side of the cliff here, and this guy goes down. Comes flying off the wall. And then we have Joey.
Okay, Joey is gonna run to the back of the tent and gather all of her belongings, including and as well as Sven's belongings. And she's gonna specially unsheath the ruby dagger. And using that, she's gonna run back up to Sven and she's gonna cut him free. And then she's gonna turn to Kano and say,
I knew you were alive. I knew it.
Takes more than a bit of poison to get me, you know that.
Okay, guys. And with that, at the end of the turn of initiative order, we're going to stop for tonight. And we're going to have to pick this up next week.
Oh my god.
Mid-combat. So remember where everything is. I have got the initiative order right here. I will keep it the same. We'll pick up again at the top. Mid-fight, and next Tuesday we're just gonna be right in this shit at the top of the initiative order, dealing
and
with
we'll get a full rest, right?
I have to make
notes. So make any notes you need to make on your character sheets right now, based on anything you were thinking about doing that you want to make sure you don't forget, any conditions that you need to be aware of. Now that we don't need locate object, Gabe, we can say that you dropped that. Obviously,
I did
since
when
you
I
were hold
did
personing.
hold person.
That's right. I'm gonna really quick just do. Does that work if I do that? No, it doesn't.
All of us taking notes.
Yeah, just Dylan, if you could write on your sheet somewhere that they are strength hexed.
Yeah, I got it.
The monkey-faced figure.
wow.
Jesus. Yeah, we're gonna stop in the middle of that. Sorry, guys. I know that the one more round is gonna take us way past our time.
Yeah.
That's all for tonight, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. You guys are all heroes. Thank you for all the amazing subscriptions, because you guys are just absolute heroes. I'm gonna look through this chat and just
the chat's been incredible.
Oh my god, what a chat today.
It makes us feel so invigorated and inspired when we see you guys just ripping by with your names. It's so dope. But yeah, we will be back again next Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Come see how this whole nightmare resolves. Also, if we want to talk a little bit tomorrow from 5 to 5:45 or 6, come by and hang out with me on this channel. We're going to make a little dungeon together and we can talk about what happened last night. We just hang out and it's fun. But last time we made this really dope a zombie encounter for in the sides of the mountains with an underground chamber, and we everybody on the chat started chiming in with ideas, and it was so fun. So come by tomorrow at 5. Anybody else have anything they want to plug coming up? No.
I fully support the chat idea of a tea, tequila, and trauma Tuesday one day. So if we can all, I have some margaritas here. It can be
the red spine is the hard part. This is the dark part of the journey. Sorry, this is the rough wilderness.
When was the not fun part?
Yeah,
or the not hard part?
What can I say?
Remember when we were making gold in a cave? Happy as clams, not a worry in the world.
Care in the world.
The good old days.
Oh man. Oh hey,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Jackie. Please go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what the heck happened to you guys? Zygo's coming out there with Hellfire and Iceman, and you definitely couldn't do that before.
Well, blame George. We can't get into it until next week. If at all.
I know, you gotta go another week without knowing what's going on.
We could all die and never be explained.
Yeah.
This is you guys can feel this encounter is quite dangerous. So, next week I am certainly not aiming for anybody to die, but it is on the table. So we'll come into the high stakes situation next week. And my fingers are crossed for y'all. If in the meantime, if you need something to tide you over until next week happens, go to our About section on this page. Check out Hero Club Podcast and just entertain yourself. If you want to hear another campaign that took place in this universe, check out Here There Be Monsters. And otherwise, I got nothing else to say. Hope you guys have a wonderful night, and we'll see you next week. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you soon.
Good night.
Good night.